Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a really cool mod on Halo Reach for MCC on PC that my friend XephyrCraft made, and that is called Snowslayer. So, what is the Snowslayer mod? Well, it is on the map Forge World, and basically, as the name implies, the map Forge World is now winter themed. You could tell by the map being covered in snow, and all these there's been a lot of other stuff like the vehicles and new weapons and stuff that are also winter themed that have been added by XephyrCraft to this mod. So this mod is actually he made it on the 360 originally. There was an older version of it for like if you have a mod of 360 you could have played it back then, and you still could today, but he's actually brought it over to MCC now with a lot of new improvements too, and a lot of cool new stuff added as well as, you know, taking advantage of the new stuff that was added to Reach Forge for MCC, like the new objects, like the Seraph and the Sabers, all that good stuff. But anyways, for this video, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at everything this mod has to offer. And to do that, we're going to start off with the weapons. So pretty much every weapon has been modified to some extent. To the point where all these weapons are basically new, like very much new, or very different from the original, that you could barely tell what it was originally based off of in most cases. But as you can see, these weapons, a lot of them have like modified skins and textures on them, different sizes, their functions have been changed, they fire different projectiles, they have different rates of fire. You know, it's not just appearance, but, you know, functionality, a lot of them have been changed quite a bit. And some of them do very different things than what they were originally, you know, whatever they were based off of from the mod. Like, you know, some weapons fire like multiple fuel rod shots out or concussion rifle shots. Some fire like explosives out with like huge blast radiuses. There's some really powerful weapons that are now added to this. And they're all still winter themed, of course, so keeping it in line with the snow winter wonderland theme of this mod, which is pretty cool actually, seeing Forge World covered in snow, and all the water's been removed as well, as you can tell. The whole map is just covered in snow and no water, just all for yours to explore. Not to mention, I forgot to mention this before, but in addition to like, you know, the whole aesthetics of the map being changed to like a snow theme, all the barriers and death barriers have been removed as well. So you can go out pretty far. If you didn't know, Forge World is a huge map beyond what's forgeable. Like, you know, the forgeable space is already pretty huge, but if you go further out beyond the barriers, there's actually a lot of playable space that never gets used. So since the barriers have been removed for this, you have a lot of space to mess around on this, which is actually really great because now that we're on vehicles, there's a lot of vehicles that really take advantage of the much larger available spaces on this map. But we'll get to that in a little bit when we get to the proper vehicles. For now, I just want to show you all the other available vehicles. Of course, you know, just like all the weapons, the vehicles have all been modified as well. With, you know, not just appearance-wise with the winter theme, but also with, you know, a lot of attachments to them, or different functionality, different weapons, just a lot of changes overall. But it's pretty cool, and if you play this on multiplayer, which, you know, you can now, you just have to turn anti-cheat off for MCC to be able to play this, of course. But if you do play this, it's pretty easy to install, and it's a blast with your friends, and in a pretty literal sense as well, actually. A lot of the weapons, you know, really fun to like have like Slayer matches with. It's like a lot of stuff that's crazy, and it's also just fun to like drive around and just try to do like really cool tricks or see like all these weird effects with the vehicles sometimes. You know, like I believe this vehicle's like Santa Sleigh or something like that. But it goes so fast and it's hard to control sometimes that it's easy to get yourself killed, and you'll have a lot of funny moments with it, basically. But if you guys do want to try this out, before I go any further, the download link will be in the description below, as well as a link to all the information you need on it will be there as well. It's all on XephyrCraft's Xbox Chaos post, and the download link will be there as well if you want to learn more about it. But anyways, moving right along. So other vehicles, like I said, every vehicle's been modified, and some look really bizarre designs on some of them. Like the cockpit there is like huge on that modified Falcon, and a lot of these Warthogs, they don't have they only have 2 wheels. The 2 wheels on the back are totally missing, and the way the Warthog handles is pretty weird. Now, as I said earlier, it's a really good thing that this map has no barriers, because it has a really huge playable space, which is important because some vehicles go really fast and can go really far, and if you still have the barriers and the map didn't have such a huge playable space, then, well, it wouldn't be as fun. But since the map is really huge, and you do have all these flying vehicles like the that modified Saber, this modified Seraph, you have a lot more space to fly around, a lot more breathing space, so to speak. But without that, you know, it'd be pretty crammed with these vehicles, because they're so big and so fast that you'd be able to cover the span of regular Forge World within like a couple seconds. And if you hit the barriers too fast or something, or hit a death barrier, then you die pretty quickly. But that's not an issue with this mod. You have a lot of space to fly around freely and explore, or have like dogfights with like the modified winter themed Seraph and Sabers and Longswords and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a pretty fun thing you could do. And of course, the Oni truck has also been modified on this. This is new to Halo Reach on MCC. This was not available in OG, on Forge World at least. And actually, it's a new vehicle in the game overall. I know, like in my video about the Oni truck, some people mentioned that it's a similar vehicle on other missions in campaign, but the exact same vehicle does not appear anywhere else in Halo Reach, and I've pretty much verified that at this point. But you know, now that it's been added into Halo Reach as a new secret vehicle, XephyrCraft also made some additions to it, such as this truck here, dragging along 10 containers, I think, on the back of it. Now, one thing that's interesting that I want to point out about the containers is that the variants with like 0 to 3 containers, everybody can see just fine in the game, but the one with like 10 containers or more, I think, I didn't count exactly, only the host can see like the rest of them. To everybody else, it's only like 3 attached to it. So that's one odd thing about it. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything that's available in this mod. It's a lot of there's actually one other vehicle that I wanted to show, but it actually was causing issues at the time, and I didn't get the chance to add it into this recording when I did manage to work around it. But it's called the XephyrCraft, and it's basically another winter themed vehicle. If you do get the mod, then feel free to check it out. But if you're checking it out on like co-op or multiplayer, keep in mind that sometimes there could be a few bugs with it. But overall, it's also a pretty neat vehicle. But yeah, so with this mod, it's overall it's just meant to, you know, have fun. Just and also, you know, with the current season being winter and all, and oh, by the way, Happy New Year for everyone that's watching this close to release. If you're watching this further in future, then, well, hopefully the year's been great for you all. But for those of you who are watching this when it's pretty fresh, then Happy New Year. And of course, it's still winter now, so what better time than to play Forge World when it's winter themed? Whereas normally Forge World seems to be set in like a spring or summer, maybe fall kind of season. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is XephyrCraft's Snow Slayer mod for MCC, for Halo Reach on MCC on PC. Unfortunately, you cannot play this mod on the Xbox One version of Halo Reach because there's no mod support on that. Maybe one day it'd be possible, but for now, it's only on PC. Or if you do have a modded 360 with a modded version of Halo Reach on it, then you could play the 360 version of this mod. But it won't be exactly like this, because this is a lot newer and has a lot more new stuff added to it. as well as the new vehicles that 343 added as well. So it won't quite be the same, but you know, you do have those options, and they'll all be linked below in the description. So definitely check it out. But other than that, hopefully you guys did enjoy this and think found it pretty interesting and pretty cool. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts and comments, anything else we need to check out or look into, or if you want to see more mod showcases like this, let me know, and I'll definitely look at it for the future. But other than that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.